Decision on Roe versus Wade will spark strong emotions, but the leak of this draft opinion has turned up the heat months earlier than expected. Our Devin Scillian is in Washington, D.C. to offer perspective on this moment and what happens next.
Well, good afternoon from the Supreme Court, Karen. There are really two tracks of thought here that are being discussed today in the nation's capital. One, the decision itself, which would be extraordinary. The Supreme Court generally guards precedent with a great deal of reverence. This would overturn a decision that wasn't even close when it was originally announced back in 1973, a 7-2 decision in favor of Roe versus Wade, and that's been the law of the land for now almost 50 years. This would overturn that, of course, but the other huge break with precedent is this extraordinary leak, which just does not happen around the Supreme Court. From time to time, there have been a few leaks that have been made, including on the original Roe versus Wade decision, but those were leaks that came out within hours before the decision was actually announced, the final decision. This would really break with tradition for a decision to be leaked maybe 2 months before it was intended to be announced. And Chief Justice John Roberts is already investigating where that leak might have come from. There were perhaps somewhere between 30 to 50 people who might have had access to the writings of Judge Alito. Other court watchers have noted that nobody should be rushing to judgment just yet, because when justices do write these kinds of things, they can be very fluid documents. They may lose support among their fellow justices. Their thinking may change. So we don't really know yet exactly whether or not this will indeed end up being the law of the land. But if it is, 26 states, we expect, would go back to outlawing abortion, and that would, at the moment, include the state of Michigan. More coming up tonight from the Supreme Court on Local 4 News at 5. Till then, from Washington, Devin Scillian, Local 4.